Reporting live where you should be subscribing to What's Keeping You Thriving. What's keeping you thriving? What's keeping you moving? I hope you walking with a limp. I know you see me in the wood. I'm out here in the woods, in the wilderness. I'm walking with a limp, walking with that lymphatic. Today we will be discussing something that's very important to me, very dear to me, as I love to say. We will be discussing on how to cut your death rate. Death rate is something that is like, hey, if you don't understand any of the health talk, you understand the rate of death, right? That's concrete. So the most common way that people succumb to death in the United States is through cancer and cardiovascular disease. And today we will be discussing scientific-based data that shows that you can cut your rate of death by up to 40%. In a study that I found from the National Institute of Health and the National Library of Medicine. But before we get this started, I got one question for you. How do you say broccoli in Spanish? Broccoli! Oh no, another one about broccoli? Yes indeed. How you can cut your death rate by 40%. So they did this study, right? And it was 12,486 adults that were included in the study. They put them on broccoli. They all had their own risk. Some of them were smokers, some of them were drinkers. They all got stuff. Some of them are diabetic, some of them are this, some of them are that. It's 12,000 people. You're gonna get 12,486 different types of people. And what they found is, I'm gonna just go ahead and read the results. We're gonna get straight to the nitty gritty. I got the articles for your eye particles, if you wanna look it up as well for yourself. Compared with never consumption of broccoli, different frequencies of broccoli consumption were associated with a significantly decreased risk of all-cause mortality. All-cause mortality is all the reasons someone would die or pass away that are not accidental, like not getting struck by a lightning, not getting ate by a fish like Jonah, you know, like Jonah and the whale. Stuff like that would be excluded from all-cause mortality. But it says that compared with no consumption of broccoli, different frequencies of broccoli consumption were associated with a significantly decreased risk of all-cause mortality. Consuming broccoli 1 to 2 times per week was associated with a 32 to 43% lower mortality risk. My good, that's a big chunk. That's a big chunk. So consuming a serving of broccoli 1 to 2 times a week, just adding it to your diet, can cut your death rate by 43%. Simply superfluous. That's sulforaphanely superfluous. Magnificent sulforaphane. That's thiocyanate on your plate, going on a date. Could you imagine that? You cutting your death rate by 40%, and that's just 1 to 2 times per week. They were associated with a lower mortality risk, anywhere from 32 to 43%. The more frequent broccoli consumption was negatively correlated with cardiovascular and cancer mortality risk. Consuming broccoli 1 to 2 times per week for males, and greater than or equal to 3 times per week for females could significantly reduce all-cause mortality. How do you say broccoli in Spanish again? Broccoli. Cutting it by 40-some%. Remember, enjoy yourself, don't destroy yourself, and I'm out.